Big game, somewhat for UConn. It's the Big East opener for the Huskies, the reigning national champions, taking on Seton Hall, a Seton Hall team that has been up and down this season, looking to make a statement nationally, and there's really no better way to do that than to beat UConn. But Connor, that's certainly a tall task. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Brian Rauf. He's Connor Hope, both of Heat Check here on the Sleepers Media YouTube channel. Looking ahead at this game, Connor, looks pretty uneven on paper. Everything's pretty much in UConn's favor. But from a Seton Hall perspective, what's the recipe for them to keep this close or pull off the upset?
I don't know if there is one. This UConn team is one of the top offenses in the country. We know that Seton Hall, specifically this Seton Hall team, as it's been under Shaheen Holloway, has not been one of the top offensive teams in the country. And uncharacteristic to most Shaheen Holloway teams, Seton Hall's defense has also been relatively inefficient compared to defenses that Shaheen Holloway has put together in the past. This would be the worst defense, adjusted defensive efficiency, that Shaheen Holloway has had as a head coach since his first season at St. Peter's in 2019, if it continues this way.
You have to think that corrects itself at some point. They turn a corner, right?
It has to correct itself. And look, a lot of it has to do with the fact that they, gave up 93 to Missouri. They gave it 88 to Northeastern, 96 I'm looking at wins. They gave up 87 to Missouri, 75 to Northeastern. But they also, their defense has held other teams in check. USC 63, Iowa, or USC 71, Iowa 85. Iowa only scoring 85 might not look good on paper, but it's Iowa. That's all they do. Right. So this Seton Hall team, though, you're going up against a top 2 team in the country. I don't think there's a debate about it. I think right now, when you're looking at the tiers of basketball teams in the country, whether you have UConn up on the same tier as Purdue or not, like I would, but you're talking about an elite team in the country. Their only loss coming at Fog Allen. Everyone loses at Fog Allen. So they have, and this was a debate that Greg Carter and I had in the Purdue Arizona recap, but we can have it here. Like, Tristan Newton has an argument for being the best point guard in the country right now.
Oh yeah,
he's
an All-American right now.
And they have Donovan Clingan, who hasn't been fully healthy, which might, he hurt his wrist at the end of that Gonzaga game, or it looked like he hurt his wrist at the end of that Gonzaga game. Maybe he's not fully healthy, but he's still Donovan Clingan. Alex Caravan is a weird matchup for any team because he's scary when he's on offense. He's kind of the guy you want to attack on defense, but I don't know if Seton Hall has the personnel to attack Caravan when they're on defense. And then of course you got Cam Spencer, best shooter in the country, playing the 3, and Stephon Castle, Solo Ball have been really good at the 2-guard position for, I think, where we were expecting them to be coming into this season, specifically Solo Ball. Like, Solo Ball has been really good compared to where we've been expecting him to be. So I like this UConn team. I think they're the second best team in the country, and I understand this is on the road in Big East play, but Seton Hall just hasn't been there for me.
Yeah, looking at the UConn perspective then, because I think this is worth mentioning, is everything that we've talked about, and the only losses at Kansas, they've looked like one of the nation's best teams. Castle hasn't been up to, I think, the level we thought he would be at, and the injuries have played a part in that. But there's still more to come from him. There's still more to come from Donovan Clingan, who was healthy in the wrist deal. But there's also a sense that UConn hasn't reached its full form yet. There's still room for them to grow. So in this game for them, what are you looking at to see if they have improved or for them taking more steps forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just for UConn, it's how do they, I think for me, it's less about the offense, because I think UConn has plenty of offensive weapons where even if Castle and Solo Ball aren't, elite offensive options all year, that's fine. I personally think that the only way Seton Hall can win this game is if Dawes goes off. Like, he has to be the dude for this Seton Hall team. I'm not quite like, if Kadari Richmond is their top option going up against Tristan Newton, like, I just don't see it. I like Jaden Bediako, but again, he's not going to be able to do a ton against Klingon when Klingon's in this game, assuming Klingon's fully healthy. And Dre Davis, like I said, he is good. He's efficient, good shooter, but he doesn't have, for me, the size and like the, I'm going to go at the basket all the time kind of mentality that you need to have when attacking Alex Caravan. Because if you're a stretch four, which Dre Davis is in this Seton Hall team, for the Seton Hall team, you're not taking advantage of the size advantage that you could possibly have, the strength advantage you could possibly have against Caravan. And we saw that when Gonzaga was playing UConn, where if you take a jumper against Alex Caravan, he has won that matchup defensively, because you want to go at him. You want to use your strength advantage over him. He's not a really big guy like, he's not a load defensively at the four. And so if he forces you into jumpers, even if you're a Dre Davis who shoots 38% from three, you want him to take advantage just size-wise and strength-wise over Caravan. And I don't know if he doesn't have the size, like the height to do that. I don't know if he has the strength to do that either.
Well, this will be, it's a road test for UConn, opportunity for Seton Hall. We both think that UConn wins pretty handily, but as they say, games aren't played on paper. So we'll see how that goes. And we'll be back on the Sleepers Media YouTube channel to recap this, along with all the other big games across the country this week.